is an interesting question and useful for JEE. Usually, the question based on area bounded figure is explicitly mentioned either y in terms of x or x in terms of y. And then we integrate integral of either y dx from x equals maybe alpha to beta, or we do x dy from y equals some alpha to beta. So we can take a axis. What we usually do is either we plot a function x versus f of x, we integrate from a to b, or sometimes it's better to take the horizontal s2 and then we integrate it from maybe a to b along y, right, or c to d. So these are the two basic designs of problem which is there. Now this is an important problem, and here directly y is a function of x is not mentioned, rather it is there in the implicit form. So what to do in these kind of questions? Clearly one of the ways is to write x as a function of y or y as a function of x. So we have two choices in life for this. You can see from the problem, since y is heavily populated, there is more expression and tougher expression in y than in terms of x. X is linear. So it will be a better idea to write x in terms of y rather than y in terms of x. And here we go with that idea. So I can clearly see if I bring x on that side, x is going to be y minus pi to the power 4 cos 4y over 4 divided by 1 minus 2 sin a square y by 4, and we have cos square y by 4. This is after transferring the information of cos 4 y by 4 to 2. This is after, let's say, we transfer the information sin y by 2 to 2 sin y by 4 and cos y by 4. So by plugging this, we get this information. Now we can simply divide by this cos 4 part. Dividing by this expression gives me y minus pi whole 4 by secant 4y by 4, and that can be written as 1 plus 10 square y by 4, which is secant square whole square, and this is minus 2 10 square y over 4. Now we have a plus b whole square minus 2ab. So this gives us y minus pi whole to the power 4 by 1 plus 10 4y by 4. Now the integration that we have in hand is just x dy. So what I've done is I've written x as a function of y. So if I'll take a small chunk at any point, let's say y, and you give a small displacement of dy, so the area of this small trapezoid, or better to call rectangle, will be x dy, and when the area slides from, in our case, 0 to 2 pi, that will give the entire graph area, right? So with this idea, just we have to integrate this x dy when y is ranging from 0 to 2 pi, so 0 to 2 pi. Now how this integration will be done? Clearly we can see again we have one Indian species and one Chinese species. So the best rule that you can get reminded of is the King's rule, to like kick out one species from the picture, and let's call this I as this integration. So using King's rule, I can replace y with a plus b minus pi. So that is going to be y is replaced with 2 pi minus pi. Okay, that will still give me pi minus pi whole 4 divided by 1 plus 10 4. Now y is replaced with 2 pi minus y over 4, and this becomes nothing but cot 4 y by 4. And that's a good news, because now if I'll add this both expression, 2y is going to be 0 to 2 pi and y minus pi by 4. I can take common. We have 1 plus 10 4y over 4 plus 1 by 1 plus cot can be written as 1 by 10 4. So it's 10 4 y over 4, 1 times this pair, right? Now you can clearly see like this quantity becomes 1. So the question just boils down to 0 to 2 pi y minus pi to the power 4 dy. Okay, and which is very easy to evaluate because this we can tell it's y minus pi to the power 5 by 5 evaluated from 0 to 2 pi, and by putting the value we just get this expression to be 5 to the power 5 by 5. Okay, minus at 0, again it will become pi to the power 5 by 5, so it's 2 pi to the power 5 over 5. Since we have 2y equals this, hence the integration or the area of bounded figure is pi to the power 5 over 5. Okay, so clearly if I draw the x square plus y square one part, we'll have unit circle. Now for sine cube x, how will it look like? You know, it's an odd function, so at 0 we'll have something. At pi it's going to die, which is more than 1. So roughly this one. Again at minus pi it's going to die. So the area of bounded function, let's say either one of them is going to be this. Now how to calculate this area? Now from the symmetricity of the problem, we can clearly see this area is going to be exactly same as this area, right? Hence if you want, let's say this guy I call a1 plus a2, so we need a1 plus a2 value, and since a1 plus a2 is exactly semicircle, so the question is then it will be half times pi. Okay, so without any calculation you can do problems like this. In fact, if it is any odd number n, where n is an odd, then the answer will always be half pi, right? So we can ask, let's say the area bounded by, you know, sine nx and x square plus y square is an, then find sigma n running from n equals 1 to maybe 10, where you want n to be odd, so better will be, let's say 2n plus 1. So for this, what will be answer? 8 2n plus 1 will always be pi over 2. So just you have to add 10 terms to this. Answer is going to be 5 pi. So in this session, even JEE Mains can set problems. Okay, so you can think of many problems like this where without actually finding integration, you can find the areas.